should I get up to today?
I ought to be getting home.
Having more of these to hand ought serve us well in battle.
Let us take care when and how we put them to use.
Is there aught I can assist you with?
May the heavens...
Here he is. This young man is Lubomir. We've been administering the medicine recommended by the doctor who examined him, but he has yet to show any sign of recovery. To be perfectly honest, I doubt the soundness of that so-called doctor's judgment. After all, there is no shortage of ne'er-do-wells out there, willing to claim their medicine the only cure, that they might inflate its price. But I suppose I ought not say such things so openly. At any rate, I'd best continue on my rounds. Pray, stay as long as you wish. Come. We've medicine to prepare. We've enough to make a fresh batch now. Thanks.
Psst! You there. Help me. Listen, the sisters here are good to us, but I'm growing weaker day by day. It started with a slight fever, and now I can scarce lift myself up. See that empty bed? An old man was lying in it till just a few days past. He told me he was feeling better, that he'd be well enough to leave anon. And now, mayhap I'm just imagining things. I hope that's the case. Something isn't right about this place. Pray, should you hear any queer rumors about the gracious hand, come tell me of them, won't you?
Might you be a friend of Lubomir's? He's seen better days. There has been talk of sending him down to the basement, should his condition fail to improve. That is, the basement sick room, where our most critical patients convalesce under the abbess's care. None of the other sisters are permitted entry, including myself. Teles, she gives the patients a special medicine. I know not what kind. Which is to be expected. Those who come here suffer all manner of afflictions, you see. And yet, a part of me is afeared for them.
So, the worst of us are taken to the basement. Mayhap that's the source of the queer voices I hear at night. And none save the abbess can enter? If the gracious hand has a secret, 'tis the abbess who keeps it, I reckon. You've done this much for me. Would you be willing to go further? I must find out what goes on down there. Oh, you've my thanks. I just can't stomach the thought of lying here not knowing. Of course, all the better should your search come to naught. But if you do find aught amiss down in that basement, should you find evidence fit to implicate her, will you help me see to it that justice is carried out? See, I've already reported my suspicions to the sentinels, and we've arranged a signal. If you apprehend the abbess, so I beg you, sir, find the evidence you need, if it exists to be found.
To get to the bottom of what is happening at the Gracious Hand, we shall have to acquire evidence of any misdeeds.
You have my support. How might we enter the basement sick room? Splendid.
Our master has given us an order. Surely you do not intend to disobey. I shall do as you say.
Ah, I'll take that. We might find a use for it.
I have noticed that the abbess goes out every night without fail. Perhaps you could wait for her to leave and slip into the basement sick room then.
It is my duty to devote my life to prayer and virtue.
It's so dull when there's nothing doing. The wind blows my hair every which way.
Is there no
I
escape?
can't wait to see what the day holds.
May the heavens
All this work is giving me an achy back.
Dead on my feet. Maybe I'll keep right here.
It's been a hard day.
This place offers a view of the sea. I imagine we would not escape a plunge into the water's depths.
Well met. This here's the sanctuary of tipplers and merrymakers alike. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Many thanks. Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Many thanks.
What's this all about?
I've somewhere to be.
Wait, and your equipment's coming.
I'll treat myself to a tickle before bed.
only through prayer can I further my devotion.
I have noticed that the abbess goes out every night without fail. Perhaps you could wait for her to leave and slip into the bait.
This place cheers me right up.
I am proud of my devotion. Good day, sir.
How might we enter the basement sick room?
Well said.
Mayhap 'twould serve us well to track down the former patients mentioned. In these records of treatment.
You have my support.
Oh, someone help me. Jahan? Bruno, where have you gone? Oh, someone help me.
On my feet.
Getting back to
Well met. This here's the sanctuary of tipplers and merrymakers alike. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff.
Interested in my wares? Not done for.
This is it then. Just make it quick.
Will do, and in no fit state to
That bloody hurt.
go on. Have a look.
Elena. Ah, yes. The abbess of the gracious hand. A fine woman by all accounts. I was in her care once myself. But I must admit, I've always felt there's something off about her. You see, I was only a little under the weather when I entered her care. But then I started getting sicker and sicker till I was certain death would come for me. In the end, I survived, but methinks I was one of the lucky few. So many died down there. And once I saw her, the abbess, meeting with a strange man. She handed him a large parcel, all wrapped up, and he gave her something small in return. You'd think 'twere medicine, but I'd not have bought medicine from a man like that. He had the look of a scoundrel about him. They were whispering. but I did hear one of them say aught about keeping quiet. 'Tis well suspicious, eh? Where'd they meet? 'Twas in the square in the eastern part of the common quarter, and always a night, as I recall.
I mustn't falter.
Lady Eleanor's a goodly person, a saint-like. Her earnest care saw me back to full health. I wavered between life and death for quite some time in that basement sick room, and she watched o'er me through it all, bless her. Can't say as I miss that basement, mind. 'Tis an eerie place, dark and shadowy, filled with the moaning of the sick. Suppose 'tis only to be expected, given the state of those assembled. I'm sure I was moaning too. Aye, that Lady Eleanor is a goodly person.
Let me get that.
I haven't seen my husband in some time. You wouldn't happen to know what's become of him, would you, sir?
Have a look. Where's my dagger? My claws could use a trim.
Quickly now! Our master beckons!
Understood.
Can't wait for the new equipment to come in.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
We ought to put it to good use.
Here.
Aye, this is plenty. Lord Phasus is like to be in your debt. Nicely done. Suppose it can't have been easy to procure this much so quickly.
You suppose wrong. I command their full faith. 'Tis simple for me to extract what I require.
Ha! You're a fearsome one. Here's hoping I ne'er end up in your care.
Enough. I gave you yours, now you give me mine. I'd not be seen here with you.
Ah, of course. Wouldn't want to hurt the Lady Saint's image in the eyes of the common folk, would we? Here's your special medicine.
Glad we understand each other. Till next time.
Aye, be seeing you.
This is not the first we've heard of Lord Phasus. What could his aim be, I wonder?
That's odd.
A moment's prayer can do a world of good.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients. No harm in picking a few.
This is my sort of place, the more the merrier. My body's not forgiven me for last night's scuffle. Such quiet.
What?
A crime committed here will see one confined to jail. I've heard that jailers are paid a pittance, despite the hardships of their work. Then a bribe might avail us, should the time come.
to brew.
I wish life was nothing but the good bits.
Oh, someone help me. Jahan? Bruno, where have you gone?
Medicine? Medicine! 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 Now! 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 I need it. I need it. I need more medicine!
Causes conflict.
You're back! Pray, tell me, have you found anything? These look like records of treatment. Jahan and Bruno. I know these two. They left here not long ago, fit as a pair of fiddles. I recall them being especially meek to the abbess. Mayhap that's what got them out safely. At any rate, they may know aught of use. Loath as I am to ask more of you, perhaps you would speak to them in my stead? You're back! Pray, tell me, have you found anything? What? You found a medicine used only in the basement sick room? I don't like the sound of that. Do you think... Could I trouble you to look into this as well? Mayhap you could show it to the doctor I saw before coming here. Radcliffe, his name was. He's staying in the rest town. Pray, sir, do what you can. I must know.
Methinks we would do well to bring this medicine to Sir Radcliffe, the doctor over in the rest town. You have my support.
Nice, juicy beast.
Might you consider lightening your pack, Master?
If you feel overburdened, mayhap I could carry some things for you.
What else needs doing?
I could use a bit of peace and quiet.
Days like this one.
There's a ladder here.
Ah, excellent find.
Suppose I'd better run along.
Barely scraping by.
What delights might there be to find in town today?
What was I found again?
Welcome. But dreams are free, I say.
Have you business with the guild, sir? I should be glad to assist you. Have you found any of the items we discussed, perchance?
Always a pleasure.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. I bear word from Regent Ken Sven, your Majesty. He espied the delivery of a suspicious package to a man named Allard, a minister who happens to be one of the Queen Regent's staunchest and most powerful allies in the palace. From the pains he took to remain on scene, 'tis plain that Allard wished this delivery kept away from prying eyes. That alone is reason to suspect a connection to Deeza's schemes. We must get to the bottom of it. The Regent Kin intends to call Allard to his chambers come nightfall. He bids you to use this opportunity to search the minister's chambers and see if there's I shall ensure that the door to the minister's chambers is open between midnight and dawn.
We have been entrusted with a task. Let us approach it with all due care. 'Twould seem we've a need to visit the palace.
Barely dragged my arse out of bed.
I'm tired. I barely slept through it.
Love waking up and knowing anything. Wait for the new equipment to come in.
Death comes to me in a minute now.
I'm bloody starving.